If you're listening to this, you've recently lost your pet, and it doesn't matter whether it was a dog, a cat, a bird, a mouse, a rat, or any other small life that shared your world, because what mattered was the connection you had, that quiet bond where you both gave each other unconditional love without needing words, explanations, or approval from anyone else. That kind of bond isn't something everyone understands, and when it ends, the grief can feel strangely isolating, as if the depth of what you're feeling doesn't quite fit into how the world talks about loss. You may even find yourself wondering why this hurts so much, or questioning whether you're allowed to feel this deeply over a pet. Right now, your body may still be in shock. Even if your mind knows what's happened, your nervous system hasn't caught up yet, because love doesn't only live in thoughts, it lives in routine, in rhythm, in presence. When something that constant suddenly disappears, the body notices before logic ever does. You might notice the empty spaces first, the silence, the places they used to sleep, the moments where your body still expects them to be there. You may miss the routines more than you expected, the feeding times, the walks, the checking in, the small acts of care that quietly structured your days. You love that routine, even if you never named it as such, because it was a way of loving that made you feel connected and needed. Your mind might be searching for answers now, not dramatic ones, but something logical enough to help this loss make sense, because when love disappears from its usual place, the mind looks for a reason, a way to process what's happened without feeling completely untethered. This is sometimes described as a soul contract, not a punishment, not a test, and not something meant to cause pain, but an agreement to meet, to love, and to shape each other for a time. For animals especially, these connections are often brief, not because their role is small, but because their purpose is clear. They come to teach presence, safety, unconditional love. That's why the bond can feel immediate, as if you've known them far longer than the time you actually shared, and why the loss can feel so sharp, because the connection didn't slowly build, it arrived whole. From this perspective, your pet didn't come into your life to be measured by years, but by impact, by how they softened you, grounded you, or opened parts of your heart that may not have been opened before. This doesn't mean the pain was planned, and it doesn't mean you were meant to suffer. It simply means the relationship had its own timing, even if that timing feels unbearably short from a human point of view.